Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this as clearly as I can. You will never win if you keep focusing on everyone else but yourself. Too many people waste their energy watching others, comparing themselves, and waiting for a shortcut. That's not how champions are made. Winners aren't born, they're built through focus, through effort, and by staring in the mirror every single day and saying, I'm not done yet. Success begins the moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking responsibility. And I mean full responsibility, not partial, not conditional. The minute you say, it's on me, you take back your power. Most people spend their lives blaming the economy, their boss, their parents, their past, or some external circumstance. But here's the truth. As long as you're blaming someone or something else, you're giving away control of your life. You're handing over the keys to your future and saying, here, you drive. That's a losing strategy. Winners don't do that. I've been there. I've made excuses. I've told myself stories about why things didn't work out. But none of those stories ever helped me grow. They just kept me stuck. You can't build a future while you're stuck in the past. The moment things changed for me was when I asked one powerful question, what can I do about it? That question puts you back in the driver's seat. It forces you to stop looking outward and start looking inward. And that's where real change happens, not when the world gets easier, but when you get better. When you take ownership, you stop waiting, you stop hesitating, you stop needing permission. You move different, you act faster, you build confidence because you know that even if you fail, you're the one holding the pen. You're writing your own story. And if you don't like where the story is going, you change it. Simple, not easy, but simple. Success isn't about luck, it's not about talent, it's about deciding that no matter what happens, it's your responsibility to figure it out, your mindset, your effort, your results. They're all yours. So stop playing the victim. Stop waiting for someone to fix it. Look in the mirror and decide right now that you're done blaming. Own everything. The wins, the losses, the lessons. That's how you start winning. Your future isn't decided by big moments. It's built in the quiet, unseen hours when no one's watching. It's shaped by what you choose to do daily, not occasionally, not when you feel like it, but consistently. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It's waking up early when your bed feels warm. It's sticking to your routine when distractions pull at you from every direction. But if you want to win, you need to understand this truth. Your habits will either make you or break you. You can't hack your way around discipline. You can't shortcut your way to greatness. Everyone wants the outcome, but very few are willing to live the process. Your habits are the foundation of your identity. Every time you follow through on a commitment, even a small one, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. And when you can trust yourself, that's when confidence gets built. Not the fake kind, not ego. Real confidence. The kind that shows up when things get hard and doesn't crack under pressure. Most people want to feel motivated before they act. That's backwards. You act first. You build momentum through movement. Discipline leads to progress. Progress leads to confidence. Confidence leads to momentum. And that cycle compounds. But so does the opposite. Skip the workout, hit snooze, break promises to yourself. You start chipping away at your self-belief. You may not feel it right away, but it adds up. Soon, doubt replaces drive. That's how people lose. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Build habits that align with the person you're trying to become, not the comfort you're trying to stay in. Stack small wins daily. Drink the water, do the reps, read the page, make the call, do the hard things first. When you build that kind of discipline into your life, you stop depending on external motivation. You become internally driven. You don't wait for opportunity, you create it. Your habits become your edge. They give you the confidence to walk into any room and know you belong there because you've done the work. Nothing will slow you down faster than constantly looking sideways. Comparison is a trap. It's a thief that quietly steals your focus, your confidence, and your joy. The second you start measuring your progress against someone else's timeline, you lose sight of your own. And the truth is, you'll never feel like you're enough if you're always stacking your life next to someone else's highlight reel. Social media makes it worse. Everyone's showing off the best angles, the best moments, the wins, but no one's posting the doubt, the failures, the days they wanted to quit. So stop being fooled by the illusion of perfection. It's not real. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. That's it. Progress isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than you were last week, last month, last year. Everyone has their own journey. Some people start ahead, some people face obstacles you'll never see, and some people move fast but crash just as quickly. What matters is your path, your pace, and your growth. Stay locked in on that. When you compare, you start to question. You start to doubt your own steps. You wonder if you're too late or not talented enough or if you're even meant for this. That noise will break your focus if you let it. But when you stay focused on your own work, your habits, your goals, your mission, that's when real growth happens. That's when you build something that lasts. You've got to believe that your journey is unfolding exactly how it's supposed to. The setbacks, the delays, the detours, they're all part of it. Use them, learn from them. But don't let someone else's pace make you question your purpose. Keep your head down, put in the reps, grow in silence, let your results speak when the time is right. Because in the end, the only person who gets to define your success is you. So focus on your lane, protect your energy, keep building. Comparison is the distraction, progress is the goal. Stay on mission. Too many people are chasing applause instead of mastery. They want to be seen, recognized, praised, and they think that's what success is. But real success, it doesn't come from attention. It comes from discipline. It comes from showing up day after day, doing the work, whether anyone's clapping or not. The people who win long term aren't the ones who chase quick wins. The ones who fall in love with the process. Talent might get you noticed, but it won't sustain you. You can be the most gifted person in the room, but if you can't show up when it's hard, if you can't stay consistent when life gets messy, then talent won't save you. And that's the truth no one wants to hear. The world is filled with talented people who never made it because they refused to stick with the process when the spotlight faded. They were addicted to being seen, not committed to being better. Consistency is what separates the winners from the wishers. The process isn't always fun. It's repetitive, it's quiet, it's unglamorous. But it's also where the breakthroughs happen. It's where skills are sharpened, character is built, and greatness is formed. When you show up consistently on the good days and the brutal ones, you build something inside you that talent alone can't touch. Resilient. And that's what gives you the edge when others burn out or quit. If your motivation dies when no one's watching, you were never serious to begin with. The ones who go far are the ones who keep pushing when no one's cheering, when the results are slow, when it feels like no progress is being made. They don't do it for applause. They do it because it's who they are, because they're building something bigger than recognition. They're building legacy. So stop asking for attention. Stop needing validation. Do the work. Keep showing up. Let others burn out chasing the spotlight. You stay focused on the craft. Master your routine. Commit to the process. That's where real power is. That's how you win. Not just once, but again and again. Greatness demands sacrifice. That's the part most people skip. Everyone says they want to win, to succeed, to live a life that's different. But when it's time to give something up, when it's time to get uncomfortable, they fold. They go back to easy, back to familiar, back to average. The truth is, if you want to rise above where you are right now, you have to be willing to leave your comfort zone behind. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you stuck. Growth hurts, but it's the only way forward. Every time you choose comfort, you trade potential for temporary relief. You hit snooze instead of getting up to work. You scroll instead of learning. You say maybe later instead of right now. And those small decisions, they stack. They shape who you become. On the flip side, every time you lean into discomfort, every time you choose the hard thing, you grow. Maybe not instantly, maybe not noticeably, but you build strength, grit, and resilience, the traits that separate the average from the elite. People love the idea of success until they see what it costs. It costs late nights, early mornings, missed parties, skipped vacations, long hours, and endless self-doubt. It costs failure. It costs discipline. It costs saying no when everyone else is saying yes. But what you get in return, it's bigger than any sacrifice. You gain confidence, clarity, purpose, and power. You become someone who's not controlled by fear or comfort, but led by vision. You have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get what you say you want? Because you can't have it both ways. You can't grow and stay comfortable. You can't chase excellence and cling to ease. You've got to pick. And if you want greatness, if you want to unlock everything you're capable of, you better be ready to get uncomfortable, not once, but constantly. Pain is part of the process. Pressure creates diamonds, resistance builds strength. Stop running from the hard things, run toward them. That's where the growth lives. That's where your future is built. That's where greatness is waiting. What you fight for becomes who you are. Every decision you make, every challenge you face, every battle you choose to show up for, it all shapes your identity. You don't become strong by thinking about strength. You become strong by pushing through when things get heavy. You don't become a leader by talking about vision. You become a leader by showing up when it's inconvenient, when it's hard, when no one else does. Whatever you fight for, whatever you stay committed to, that's what you build into your DNA. The problem is most people quit too early. They get excited at the start, motivated for a week, and then life hits. Distractions show up, doubt creeps in, the progress feels slow, and instead of pushing through, they fall off. They tell themselves, maybe this isn't for me, or maybe the timing's not right. But the truth is, the timing's never going to be perfect. The world is never going to hand you an open lane. You have to earn it. You have to lock in and decide, I'm not stopping until this is done. Winners don't need conditions to be perfect. They don't need approval. They don't need guarantees. They fight for their goals because they believe in them. They stay committed long after the feeling of motivation is gone. It's about loyalty to the mission. It's about being so dialed in, so focused, so hungry that nothing can shake you. Not rejection, not failure, not silence, not setbacks. You keep swinging because that mission matters more than your move. The process is never easy, but it's always worth it. If you keep quitting halfway, you're training yourself to settle. You're building a habit of giving up. But when you stay the course, even when it's brutal, you're building something deeper. Mental toughness, emotional endurance, unshakable belief. That's what separates the successful from the stuck. You want to be a champion? Then fight like one. Not once, not for a moment, but relentlessly until the goal is real, the mission is done, and the vision is alive in front of you. Stay locked in, stay dangerous, stay in the fight until you win.